What's going on YouTube? Ryan Alex back with Dopamon again. Today, we're talking about the final playoff preview here on the channel, Florida versus Washington. Top of the Atlantic Division, President's Trophy winning Florida Panthers have not won. What are you smiling at?
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't believe you can see me. I'm trying not to giggle at it's
What I do?
It's nothing wrong. I was just appreciating in the head-to-head you have FLR instead of FLA. I don't know why I thought looking at that.
Fight me,
it's
FLR. FLR
I'm
for
sorry
the win.
that my smile distracted you.
You're just sitting here trying not to laugh, and I'm like, you son of a bitch, what are you laughing at? Because I knew it had something to do with me. All right, I don't know if I'm gonna cut this because that was funny. Washington, Florida, head to head. Ignore the FLR. Whatever. Head to head, Florida won November 4th. All of which these every single one of these matchups happened in November, which I think is hilarious. 3 games against one team in the month of November. Florida wins the first one. Washington wins the second. Florida wins the third. All fairly high scoring, 5-4, 4-3, 5-4. For a team that has a record number of goals, and I think the only team in the last 30 some odd years to have at least 4 goals per game. Incredible year from Florida. They have weapons on weapons on weapons. Depth on depth on depth. What can Washington do to stop this team?
I don't know how much they can do. Back on head-to-heads, nothing wrong with the graphic again, but it kind of shows how condensed this schedule really is. That I know when we're talking about the New York Pittsburgh series, that all the games happened after into the new year. So it's kind of interesting how close some of these games have all been played. But when we're talking about stats again, goals for Washington, they're 10th. It's not bad, but almost a fifth of them come from one person, and half of those from one spot on the ice. So I don't know if offensively, if they have much after Ovechkin to put score on a team that's so deep defensively and offensively like Florida.
Yeah, Ovechkin also did not play the last 3 games of the season. Went hard into the end boards in that game against the Leafs. Kind of tripped over Eric Shalgren after a breakaway, and I guess hurt his shoulder.
Hurt his arm.
Hurt his arm or shoulder. Went off the ice all pissed, and
funny tweak.
We don't know how effective he's gonna be, if he's even available. I don't know. I'm assuming he's gonna go, but a shoulder injury is not something that Ovechkin. He hits people. He shoots a puck 1,000 miles an hour. A shoulder injury is a tough thing to push through if you're Alex Ovechkin. It's the style of play that he plays, and yeah, like you said, the next goal scoring, the Tom Wilson and Evgeny Kuznetsov both have 24, and those are the only 20 goal scorers.
And I think Tom Wilson's had a good season, but I'm not, gonna rely on him as my top goal scorer for anything on any team.
There's a lot of question marks. There was a lot of injuries for this team too this year. Big players like Nicholas Backstrom didn't play in many games, only 47. Had a down year as far as he's concerned, 31 points. TJ Oshie only had 44 games played this year, 25 points. He could be a big player. Anthony Mantha, 37 games played, 23 points. They had a lot of injuries, man. They had a lot of injuries. Carl Hagelin only played 53 games. Marcus Johansson, who they traded from Seattle to there, played 18 games. All of their depth just hasn't really gotten into the lineup very often, and that combined with questionable goaltending. I only have Ilya Samsonov on here. I should have put both Samsonov and Vitek Vanacek on this list, but I figured Samsonov was going to be the guy that they go with.
But I think he's going to be on a pretty short leash. Both Samsonov and Vanacek both played more than 40 games. It was 42 and 44, just, because they filled in for one another, got pulled. But it was pretty back and forth to finish the year. Neither one seemed particularly better than the other, but it does seem to me that Samsonov is the starter that they seem to want to have to start for them. But I don't know how long that leash is going to be. I feel like if he loses the first, that might just be it, even if it's not really his fault. I don't know. So, but yeah, questionable goaltending. Neither goaltender has been amazing this year. So, goals for on Florida, first in the league, and if you have questionable goaltending, that is just the end of the series.
Yeah, and offensively for Florida, like where do you stop? Like Huberdeau, monster season. Alex Barkov, probably one of the best two-way players in the game. Sam Reinhart having a breakout season at 82 points. Anthony Duclair with a 31-goal season. Carter Verhaeghe, who is probably one of the sneakiest signings out of Tampa Bay a couple years ago, is 55 points. Sam Bennett was an absolute monster in the playoffs for them last year, and I expect him to be again. 49 points this year. Mason Marchment's the same kind of player. A guy that is, as a Leafs fan, I hate that he is doing well, but because Dennis Malgin is nowhere to be found. 18 goals, 47 points for him. Anton Lundell has an under-the-radar amazing rookie season. 18 goals, 44 points for him. I can keep it going. Patrick Hornquist, noted playoff performer. Claude Giroux, 23 points in 18 games. Frank Vatrano, he's gone. I lied.
Yeah, he's gone. But that's right. That just shows how much offense they had, that a guy like Vatrano, who's such a good scorer,
they could let him go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got an autopilot there. They're still going, and Aaron Ekblad, who is their best defenseman, probably isn't going to play in this series.
Mm-hmm.
Who is, I guess has the worst luck on planet Earth. Missed the playoffs, the series against the Lightning last year that they got beat in, but this year, Mackenzie Weegar playing amazing on D. 44 points for him. Brandon Montour had a 37-point season. Gustav Forsling had a decent back half to his season. They still have guys like Radko Gudas back there. They have big players and skill. The only question is, can they keep the puck out of their net? And if they can keep the puck out of their net and they can shut teams down with scoring and physicality, this team is going to be tough to beat in the playoffs.
Yeah. And with depth, the injuries, like you said, for the Capitals, that really negates the team's ability to get anything going. For a third line, find chemistry and get hot like most of Florida had been, their second, third line, fourth line, all scoring, you need to be healthy. You can't just, be tossed in there in the middle of the season with guys you've never played with before and expect your third line to kind of just produce better than an average third line should. Washington hasn't had the opportunity to grow chemistry, and they've kind of just looked flat at times this season. That they've looked awful. The last game of the season was a 5-1 loss to the Islanders, who probably should have taken their spot here in the playoffs. It was a rough ending. They've had lots of struggles, and I don't think that Washington has what it takes for anything in this series. I feel like the cup time for them is kind of past.
On paper, this is a rough matchup.
Yeah. And like you said, keeping the puck out of their own net, Florida, I think they can. I really like Sergei Bobrovsky. I think that he can, when he's his best, he is one of the better goaltenders in the league. Sometimes he can be a little bit inconsistent, but I think he's been pretty good this year. And I think against a Capitals team that might be weak, they're missing Ovechkin, they won't have good goal scorers, he might be able to get a lot of confidence. Just, start the playoffs strong, get a shutout or two, and carry that energy in through, a long playoff run for the Panthers.
Yeah, and to me, if Bobrovsky falters, Spencer Knight is no slouch.
Mm-hmm.
Came in, they'd used 3 goalies last season against their series against Tampa. Bobrovsky didn't work, then Drieger didn't work, and then Spencer Knight had some starts. I think Knight could come in and do the job well enough to beat a lot of teams, and Obviously, he's pretty unproven, young goalie, but he's up and coming. And 19 wins and a 908 as a backup up and down between the AHL and the NHL. Great year from him. And prediction time. I feel like we were both on the same page here. I think Washington is going to be in shambles. I have Florida in 4 straight.
Same, 4 straight. This is the sweep. This is my sweep series. There has to be at least one in the first round, and I think that the one thing that the Capitals have going for them, they don't have right now, and that's it. That their whole, I don't think that they have any playoff chance, but I do like to be wrong. I do like a good underdog story. So, if they come back and completely upset one of the best teams, that's in Florida that's ever been out there, then damn.
Yeah.
So
the playoffs are the playoffs, and who knows, we could have some crazy upset from Washington, but we both have Florida to end their drought of first round exits. Hasn't been past the first round since 1996, since they went to the Cup final. And yeah, we'll see if they go on a run this time. Let us know what you think. Comment section down below as always. Hit like and subscribe on this video if you enjoyed it. And yeah, let us know what you think about this series. Who's your X Factor? And subscribe for more dope hockey content. Check out the other previews on the channel. We got lots of stuff coming soon for the playoffs as well, and the draft, and all sorts of stuff. We like hockey on this channel. We hope you do too. Have a good day. Peace.